I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You're tuned into How I See It TV, and this is a quick How I See It live. Now, at this point in time, everybody must be fully updated on the whole Tamar Braxton posting that she was found in a pool of blood with injuries to her face, four of her tooth knocked out, and because she was out with Funky Dineva, I guess the night prior, a lot of people have been throwing out speculations, wondering if he had something to do with it, and all kinds of craziness surrounding Tamar's post, right? And I have thoughts because, for one, I feel like I'll start here. I don't like Funky Dineva, and I have made that clear on several occasions. I feel like his resentment and disrespect towards Black women, it has been on full display for years now. And it's not being called out enough for me, especially because majority of the people, or I should say majority of his audience, Black women, they are cocked up over there. Okay, on his platform, cheering him on. And for me, it says a lot if you are a Black woman and you support him. How he sat on his platform and ridiculed a baby, Blue Ivy, about her hair and her appearance. How he disrespected Melody Cherie, calling her all kinds of bees and hoes. The disrespect towards Chloe Bailey, the body shaming that he did while he was on Fox Soul, and how he speaks about the Black women on reality TV who he doesn't like, or the ones who don't want to be used by him for. Why would a call have to come in at this point? Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So I was saying that the way he speaks about, the way Funky Dineva speaks about, the Black women on reality TV who don't want to be used by him for clout, or those who fell out with him, all of those things to me is a testament of his true character. And I'm no psychologist, but I just feel like the way he views Black women in particular may stem from the resentment he has towards his mom, and how he claims that she treated him, when he decided to come out the closet. And I just feel like he looks at Black women as a representation of his mom. And every time he sees a Black woman, all he sees is his mother and the hate that she perhaps had for him when he was growing up, or when he came out the closet. And that's sad in and of itself, but I'm not your mother. And all the women who you have disrespected throughout the years, they aren't your mom either. So, as I said, his blatant disrespect for Black women, his lack of care and concern for Black women, his lack of protection when it comes to Black women, that's been on full display. That's been on full display, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that this man had anything to do with whatever happened with Tamar. That's not what I'm saying. However, the live that he did explaining how he explaining how he was out with her. They had a good time. Then they hopped into a car, dropped her off at her house, but he didn't go upstairs and he don't know what happened to that lady, and that lady called him or that lady texted him and asked for Heavenly's number and all kinds of stuff. The way he was carrying on that live, he didn't care. He could name drop everybody else excepting for the people who supposedly was with Tamar after he supposedly hopped out the car and left and went about his business to hang out with James Knox. As I said, he could name drop everybody else. He said all of us left the venue, the event, the party, whatever, together, and all of us went back to her apartment. It's just that he didn't go upstairs with them. So while you are name dropping everybody else, the people who owned the venue where y'all were partying at, other people who were at the event, and James Knox, who you're saying that you left and went to hang out with after, y'all pulled up at Tamar's place and you didn't go upstairs. You're naming everybody else in and not saying, well, it was me, Tamar, Timmy, Jimmy, and Penny. And Timmy, Jimmy, and Penny were the ones that went upstairs with Tamar. You're not saying that. I'm just saying. Not saying he did anything to her or was involved in whatever happened to her. Because what happened to Tamar could honestly be some medical stuff. It could be side effects of medication. It could be side effects of, you know, party drugs or whatever. Could be she was totally intoxicated, inebriated, and she fell down her steps or she fell while she was going up the steps. It could be a myriad of things. But I'm just saying he should have stayed off social media and not gave any commentary whatsoever on, as he put it, what happened to that lady. Now, Tamar, sis, you need to sit with yourself and figure out through real intensive talk therapy why you keep presenting in the media the way that you've been presenting lately. That's what I feel like Tamar needs to do. She needs to stop hanging out with people who only want proximity to her because she has the Braxton name, because of her proximity to the legendary Miss Tony Braxton. Stop hanging out with those people who only want clout because of their proximity to you and not because they truly care about your well being. Because you are hanging out with Funky and others all night. You're celebrating Funky's birthday. But when the mess hit the fan and people start questioning his involvement or whatever the case may be, his statement is not one that sounds like concern or genuine care. His statement was one where he wanted to distance himself from the situation and he wanted to distance himself from Tamar. Tamar, you became the lady, that lady. You became a virtual stranger that he would pass on the street and wouldn't even give water to on a hot day. Now, I don't know how celebrities of Tamar's caliber are walking around without security or, yeah, without security, and why people like her have given people like Funky so much currency within the entertainment industry where they just feel like, you know, they can make or break somebody's career. I don't understand it. And Funky, your statement, your statement, in my opinion, my humble opinion, your statement, it sounded so dumb because instead of going on your YouTube to talk about it, you could have been helping Tamar fill in the blanks. Like she texted you, and you could have been like, or even when people started sending you the screenshots from her post, you should have texted her like, girl, let me help you fill in the blanks. Like, because I saw what you posted and I don't know what's going on, but you're saying that have no recollection of the night. So let me help you, girl. Like, do you recall that we all left the venue together? It was me, you, Timmy, Johnny, and Penny. And do you recall that I didn't come upstairs, but it was Timmy, Johnny, and Penny who helped you up the stairs? Like, do you recall that? And if you don't recall that, then girl, maybe you need to call up Timmy, Penny, and Jimmy and ask them like what happened after they got you to the door. Like that's what you should have been doing instead of hopping on your live, making a whole statement that sounded like you were making a mockery of a situation that seems to be very, very serious. And in trying to clear his name, because of course he's a clout chaser and everything is content in his world, the statement just made Funky, in my opinion, sound hella suspect, in my opinion. So I wish Tamar the best. I hope that, as her statement, mentioned, she's looking at life differently. I really do hope that she's looking at life differently. Girl, you can't be up at all hours of the night cooking with your backup singers and your musicians and all kinds of people up in your house. Like, girl, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone with your thoughts. It's okay to journal. It's okay to watch some Netflix and chill. It's okay to go on a wellness retreat so you can figure out how you can move forward in a way where your music takes the spotlight. One second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, Tamar, take some time alone, girl. If this if this whole situation hasn't taught you anything, it should teach you that your circle needs to be smaller, that you need to go sit down and focus on your music, and your career and getting your life together to the point where when people hear your name, the only thing that's being mentioned alongside your name is just great things. Another number one hit, a new tour, a new collaboration, something. I am tired of hearing Tamar Braxton, and then the next word that follows your name, girl, is some mess. Let's get it together. You are far too talented for this to be part of your legacy, for things like this to be a part of your legacy. And you got time to get it together. You got time to get it together. And that's how I see it. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Until my next video, walk good.